Hi, I'm Anna Peterson, Salem Mayor, and I'm here with Helen Weems, and we're talking about the Salem Fine Arts Building. Helen, can you tell us a bit about the space that we're in right now?
Yeah, the Salem Arts Building is actually owned by Mike Tevis, and we're right now in the mezzanine level, which we just finished hosting the event for Artists in Action called Something Red, a month-long celebration downtown art walk with 21 businesses.
Well, I loved the event. It was packed in here. There were people of all ages, people from all across town. I knew that just because I knew a few of the faces, but not everybody, which was fun. And it was a great event that's really kicking off. What is this, an art walk that you're talking about?
Yes, this is the art walk. It takes place every year. This is the 11th event 11th time we've had the event with Artists in Action. This is the first time it's ever been hosted in our building, though, and it will go throughout the month in 21 different locations throughout downtown.
Wonderful. So people can come downtown, get a map, or they can go online and get the map, and then follow that and go around and visit the businesses, look at the art, get to know some of the shop owners as well.
Exactly.
That's wonderful. Have you had a chance to see very much of the art?
Actually, I was really fortunate because I was able to see all the artwork in the mezzanine after the artists dropped off all of their pieces, so I saw everything all at one time. I haven't had to brave the cold yet to walk to all the different stores, but I will be, because it is different hanging in a location versus, all in one area on, kind of against the wall. But beautiful, a lot of pieces. There were about 150 pieces this year.
Oh my goodness, we have so many artists in Salem, and art is a vibrant part of our community. Can you tell us a little more about this building and what kinds of spaces are here, and can people rent space here today and in the coming weeks?
Yeah, absolutely. The Salem Arts Building was purchased about 8 years ago by Mike Tevis, and the idea for the space was to have a creative use building. There's 14 residential units in our building. We have many mixed-use space. We have live-work space and commercial, retail. We have a couple of food use spaces, and we have art studios that are already here. We're also building out our second floor, which is 8,000 square feet, and creating 24 art studios on the second floor that will be for creative use space, whether artist that's maybe traditionally when you think of an artist as a painter, or maybe they're a ceramic artist, or they might be a graphic designer or a photographer or an entrepreneur just starting up a new business. These are the types of businesses that we're really reaching out to and looking for to bring into the downtown community.
And they might even be an artist that works with metal. I've seen your work. Can you tell us a little about your work?
Right, I'm a jeweler, and I'm a metalsmith, and I've been in the building for 4 years. My studio has been in the basement for about 4 years. I love the building, and it was kind of an interesting, kind of serendipitous the way that I ended up becoming the building manager and the project manager for this build out on the second floor. I met with Mike to discuss a larger studio, and another space became available in our building, and it was about 1,000 square feet, and my old space was about 250 square feet. And I asked him to come down and negotiate with me on the, just the price and the leasing. And over that conversation, we talked about the opportunity for this building and how it was underutilized, and his dream of creating a space downtown for artists and entrepreneurs and creative use space hadn't really materialized the way he wanted it to. And so we joined forces at that time, and that was about 3 months ago. And now we're ready to start the build out now on the second floor, and we're hoping to get people moved into that space, working in those spaces by March, so sometime in the first quarter of 2014.
So in 3 months, you've really turned around the situation with this building. I have a question about the studio spaces. Can people live there, or is that only for their business?
Yeah, so the second floor studio spaces won't be live work. They'll only be for business use because it's more of a community space. The second floor will be called the Art Hive, and it will be kind of a little bit like a cooperative, like an artist cooperative, where people are sharing resources. We will all have our own individual locking studios. Some will have full walls, some will have 8-foot walls. We'll be able to, come together using under the Art Hive, will be Mike is offering. He'll be paying for the commercial limited liability insurance for all of the tenants. The downtown parking will be paid for by the Art Hive as one space. So these are things that cut the overhead off, out for some of the smaller businesses. That
Totally, it makes it a lot more affordable for them to move downtown and have a business downtown.
Exactly. For myself, having a small studio, just in those two things that I had shared, and also having providing Wi-Fi, all of the utilities are paid for. These are things. That's about $700 just personally. If I were to move my studio to the second floor from where I am now, that just is directly cut out of my overhead costs, which is a lot for an artist, or for somebody just an emerging business.
Totally. Well, it sort of makes me want to be an artist just so I could come down and hang out with all of you artists in this building. I think there's going to be a vibe that comes out of this, and certainly the sharing of ideas, just the creative ambiance that you're creating here, I think is a real asset for downtown Salem.
Oh, I think so too. And since I've come on board, we actually had the opportunity to bring in DIY Studio into the building, which is really, they have such a great vision, and we love what they're doing. Their mission statement, it's our Salem's first nonprofit creative reuse center, which is a big deal in itself. And then for us to be able to be a part of that and offer them a space and work them into our long-term plans as well, and then trying to find, finding more tenants like that, finding, people that we can work together collaboratively, like the event that happened tonight with Artists in Action. Just more of that community outreach and bringing arts into our downtown and letting people know what's happening. There are a lot of arts and creative things going on in Salem.
There are a lot of creative things, and through businesses like yours and what's happening here, the rest of the downtown is going to become even more vibrant, because people will come down here to do their art, they'll come down here to show their art to other people, people will purchase art, they'll go back out onto the streets and visit our restaurants and our stores, and I see this as a tremendous plus for Salem. Thank you so much for talking with me and for the hard work that I know that you're doing, and please tell Michael thank you for being able to provide this space for our artists and for tonight and for coming months. Where can people get more information, or how can they contact you?
So people can come directly to the building. My space is in the basement. It's B29. They also can look up Salem Arts Building on Facebook. We also have a website, salemartsbuilding.com.
Wonderful. And you're here Monday through Friday, maybe?
Monday through Friday from 10 to 3, and I'm always available by phone and email, and anytime anybody wants to come to the space. You can't shut me up about it, so I love coming out and talking to people.
Well, it's a wonderful thing to talk about, and I can't wait to see the excitement that's going to build when more and more people come and really create their studios here and start coming into the building. Thanks again for talking with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is Anna Peterson, and I'm happy to have been interviewing Helen. Good night.